The reason why we don't listen to foreign language, there is two main reasons that we don't capture the meaning of language, meaning of listenings when we in communication, real communication, or catching up the listening. Yeah. The, the first is to that we don't know content. That means when we listen to the story or contents, then in fact we don't know some words or phrases, even sentences. Just think about we listen 20 seconds speaking in target languages. About 20 seconds, how many sentences can be go? Almost five, yeah, five or six sentences that we should capture. That means six and then about um, 60 words should capture. Randomly, we have a hundred listenings. Then and we need to know about 6,000. Even 6,000 words duplicated. So and then maybe we go for 3,000 words, and then we can catch. So without building vocabulary, we cannot listen. So the strategically, we need to build vocabularies smartly. First, we should build vocabulary, defining words, and high frequency words. After then, we go to the topic words. By doing that, we can expand some words and then build vocabulary. Can we think when we listen our own languages, mother tongue, and we don't know the word? Even though we don't know the word, we know that we catch the sound. So we need to practice when we listen, repeat and then pick up the word that we don't know in listening. This training is very important because real communication, absolutely, we don't know some words. So, and then at the moment, so we should make the conversation make flow. How can we make a flow in conversation? That we catch the word, we remember, and at the moment of space or time, we ask the word. Then we build, we make communication smoothly, and then talking each other very well. So in listening is one listening. Then the other is to that speed. Speed is matter. We cannot touch the speed. There are two options. And then why we cannot touch up speed? Normally, I practiced with Jalo, and then my language partner and Jalo teacher sent me the voice message. I listened um, too, and then absolutely I cannot catch this. This is the truth. We should know about when we practice some. We if we catch all and then we know about we speak good pronunciation. Why we should study? The fact is how much we don't know, how much we don't catch up at the moment of the terms, and then if speak past and the word is difficult, and we cannot catch up to 100%. But I would say normal speed, normal conversation, using high frequency words, some of the easy words that normal conversation, then we can catch it. For me, I got two voice messages from my language partners or Jalo teachers. I hope and my language partners also become a Jalo teacher. Anyway, so then I listen. Yeah, I can understand the first sentence I can catch up. The second sentence, the third sentence I cannot catch. because of speed or some words I cannot listen. So some of words are unfamiliar. There are some many ways to. Uh, Even I know the word, but unfamiliar in listening. It means that I didn't know exact sound or in the situation. Some people say differently, but actually in the common sense, they say, because their pronunciation is not correct, isn't incorrect, just they speak their own voice or own tones. Then it makes a difference. They are not wrong, and they are not wrong. Um, Wrong. They are not wrong. So it's about some pronunciation and intonation. When they speak faster than normal, 2,000 words a minute is very fast in the end. And then the word is not delivered in common. The words, phrase, sentence is very fast and looks like one word. We can mix together. It happens all the languages, not only Korean, but also English and Vietnamese as well. So, and then the speed is matter, Vietnamese as well, and Vietnamese as well. The speed is matter. We should know that. Okay, this is a mathematical game. And then there's a case about A and B. The If A and B, I cannot listen. If A and not B, I cannot listen. If A, not A and but B, I cannot listen. If not A and not B, I can listen. So, and then what it means, not A, not B. I know about all the words in the sentence, in listenings, words, phrases, sentence, I know about the content. And also, I can catch up the speed that the speakers speak in his conversation. Then, not A, but B, I can listen. But all three of cases, I cannot listen. It depends on how much I cannot listen. It's quite different. If I don't know the word and I cannot catch up word, maybe lower than the understanding level is very low, almost 20% low or 10% low. And then know the contents that cannot speed, cannot catch up speed, maybe I can go for 30%, 40%. If I don't know the meaning of word and then catch the speed, I think it's impossible because um don't know the contents. That means I'm not familiar with that language. So and then even cannot familiar with the speed. So and then anyway, so this situation may be lower than that, maybe 20%. So the point is, while we're listening, so we should improvement the ability of language level and content, and the knowledge about building vocabulary important, and then knowing about we use it is also important. So, and then the best way, not only training listening, but also expression is very important. Expression is like speaking or conversation while and then catching up speed repeatedly. I speak. Even I can memorize all the sentence, all the conversation is okay, all the story is okay. And try to speak faster. Then I'm familiar with the sound. That is very important. Even when we watch the comedy, and then they speak very fast. If we understand about, and then if we try to speak something, and that there's some practice is not only comprehension but also expression is very important. So and then the communication is both of and comprehension, expression. Comprehension means speaking, reading, and expression means uh, uh, comprehension mean listening and reading, and then expression means speaking and writing. So, and then these interactive way should be practiced together. By doing that, we can improve that. Today, I talk about how we cannot listen in foreign language, in learning foreign language. So in how, what is the solve? How we can listen. And the way to know about it is very important. Okay, so now, okay, it- in English, make content of when we study foreign language, how we cannot listen. The reason why is we don't know words. We can't reveal the vocabulary. We don't know the phrases and sentences. We cannot catch up the speed. How can we solve these problems? The case of way and then each way, how can we solve this problem? And then including these contents, and then would you explain in detail how can we listen even though we cannot listen in two cases, compare each case. Thank you. Why we cannot listen well in a foreign language? Lower global vocabulary and content knowledge, inability to catch the speed of speech, outsolve the problem. Very good. It's much more smoother than before. Translate into Korean and Vietnamese above. And then I can get English and then after reviewing it, and then I made this content on my blog and then group on Facebook to share and to have my language partner to understand about learning. Uh, Okay, let's see. Here is a clean, organized version of your idea in English, keeping all your key points, but making it clear, structured, and easy to follow. I've split into regions, solution, and two-case comparison, so it's a logical for the reader. Why we cannot listen well in a foreign language? When we study a foreign language, one of the biggest challenges is listening. Even after months or years of study, we often find ourselves unable to follow what people are saying in your conversations. There are two main reasons for this. Reason one, lack of vocabulary and content knowledge. If we don't know enough word, phrase, or sentence structure, we simply can't understand what we hear. For example, imagine someone speaks for 20 seconds in a foreign language that could be 5, 6 sentences and around 60 words. If we only know 50% of those words, our understanding drops dramatically. Without knowing high frequency vocabulary around 3,000, 6,000 words per daily life, listening will feel like guessing. A religion too inability to catch the speed of speech. Even if we know the words, speech can be too fast for our brain to process in real time. Native speakers often blend words together, pronunciation accent, and the intonation vary. Common words can sound completely different when spoken. Sometimes it's not about our own pronunciation, it's simply the speaker's natural rhythm. How to solve these problems? Building vocabulary. Start with the high frequency word first. Then move to topic specific vocabularies depending on your goals. Practice recognizing words in context, not just in memorizing them from a list, improving speed and comprehension. Listen to audio just about and your composed level. Not too easy, not hard. Repeat your short clips until you can catch every word. Shadowing practice listening speak at the same time to get used to the rhythm. Accepting unknown words, even in your native language, you don't know every word. And when you hear an unknown word, don't stop listening. Focus on the overall meanings. If possible, ask about the word and after the conversation or note it down. Practice expression alongside listening. Listening and speaking are connected. The more you can say, the more you can repeat the full sentence from your listening material. Try to match the speaker's speed and intonation to listening case and how to compare them. We can think of listening difficult in two variables. Vocabulary content knowledge is the ability to catch speed is the case one, not A but B, and then you know the word but you can't catch the speed. You might understand the 30 to 40% of what's said. Solution, speed training, shadowing, repeating fast dialogues, and then repeating fast dialogue. Case two, A but not B. You don't know the word, but can catch the speed. You can guess some meaning from context one makes you get less than 20% understand. Solution, vocabulary building and topic one. Not A and but not B. And you don't know the word and you cannot catch the speed. Understanding will be extremely low, often less than 10, 20% solution. Start with a high frequency word and the slow listening practice. Case for A and B. You know the word, you can catch the speed. This is where listening becomes fluency. Final thought. Listening in a foreign language is not just about your ears, it's about your brain's ability to connect vocabulary, knowledge, and speed processing at the same time. Most effective training combines the building high frequency vocabulary, practicing listening at natural speed, repeating and shadowing to get used to rhythm, accepting unknown words while staying in a flow of conversation. By improving both vocabulary and speed comprehension together, listening becomes much easier and real communication becomes possible. Okay, done.